$100,000 sounds like a lot, right? It could buy you a brand new Tesla, a down payment on a home, or even fund that dream trip around the world. But if you're retired, that same $100,000 might only last 4 years, just $2,000 a month before it's all gone. And after that, what's the plan? Go back to work, downsize your lifestyle, or depend on your kids? But what if I told you there's a way to turn that $100,000 into $12,000 a month, every single month, without ever running out of money? It's not magic. It's a smart dividend ETF strategy that can turn your nest egg into a powerful, lifelong income stream. And today, I'm showing you exactly how it works. In this video, I'm gonna break it all down for you, step by step. We've got 3 rock-solid ETFs, each with its own strategy, growth potential, and payout style. But we're not just throwing numbers at you. We've run the projections, crunched the math, and mapped out exactly how that $100,000 can grow over time. And yes, we're shooting for 5-figure monthly dividends. Big goals, but totally within reach. With no time to spare, from the good to the absolute best, we're jumping straight into the first one. SDOG. SDOG stands for the Alps Sector Dividend Dogs ETF, and it follows a surprisingly simple strategy that works like financial duct tape. Old school, reliable, and it somehow just holds everything together. It takes the top sectors of the S&P 500, think energy, healthcare, consumer staples, and finds the highest yielding stocks in each one. What's cool about SDOG is that it doesn't try to outsmart the market. It just looks for companies throwing off solid dividends and spreads the love evenly. It's like building a fantasy football team, but instead of chasing touchdowns, you're collecting quarterly cash. You'll find big names in there like Pfizer, AT&T, and Chevron, companies you've probably used, seen, or complained about at least once. These names might be boring, but it's that classic, slow and steady wins the race kind of vibe. Now, the expense ratio is 0.36%, which isn't dirt cheap, but still low enough that you're not bleeding out in fees. And you're going to love SDOG's numbers because, well, they bark loud. You're looking at 4.07% dividend yield right out of the gate. That's like getting paid to chill while the market does whatever it wants. Even better, the dividends are growing at 5.7% a year. So it's not just handing you cash, it's handing you more cash every year. Like a friend who keeps picking up the tab. And while it's not the Usain Bolt of stock price growth, a 3.51% annual return on share price keeps things moving in the right direction. Slow and steady. Just imagine the returns if you made a one-time investment of $100,000. Now let's take a peek into SDOG's future like we're time-traveling dividend hunters. And spoiler alert, the numbers look juicy. Fast forward just 5 years, and SDOG's already pulling its weight. That original $100,000 investment is now throwing off $6,000 a year in dividends, or about $500 a month. Now jump ahead to year 20. This is where SDOG starts flexing. Annual dividend income is now $28,000. That's well over $2,300 a month, which means your dividends alone could now cover rent in half the US and all the tacos you want in Texas. But wait, 30 years in, SDOG goes full beast mode. Your yearly dividend income hits a jaw-dropping $92,000, which is about $7,600 a month. And the total portfolio value? $1.37 million. Yep, your $100,000 just leveled up into millionaire status. No lottery needed, no crypto moonshots, just good old dividend compounding. The good news? We're just getting started. Stick around because the next ETF has even more firepower. RDIV. This isn't your average ETF. RDIV is the kind of fund that waltzes in and immediately grabs the biggest, highest-paying dividend stocks by the horn. Its whole strategy is built around selecting the top 60 dividend-paying stocks from the S&P 900. But here's the twist. It doesn't just grab the biggest companies. Nope. RDIV specifically hunts for value, meaning it looks for companies that pay big dividends relative to their stock price. Think of it like bargain hunting at a luxury store. You're getting the same brand names, just at a discount. Alright, let's talk about where this fund actually puts your money. It's not all in on flashy tech stocks or stuck in one corner of the market. RDIV spreads your investment across some serious heavy hitters. We're talking companies like Philip Morris, Ford, and Chevron. These are solid income-generating giants that have been paying dividends for decades. These aren't just familiar names, they're cash machines that know how to deliver year after year. Now, here's the part that makes RDIV a bit of a high-maintenance diva. It charges a 0.39% expense ratio. That's definitely more than the average index fund. But with a juicy dividend yield to show for it, many investors would say it's worth every penny. Pumped to see the numbers? First off, RDIV isn't here to play with its juicy 4.52% dividend yield. It's basically handing out cash like it's got a money printing machine in the basement. And with its 10.37% dividend growth rate, that's not just solid growth, it's borderline aggressive. Now the share price return sits at 2.32%, which isn't going to win a sprint. But remember, RDIV's not trying to be flashy. It's the slow and steady type, quietly stacking dividends while the others chase headlines. Now, let's see the projection, shall we? Fast forward to year 5, and things are already heating up. Your portfolio has bulked up to $141,000, and it's now throwing you a steady $6,600 every year in dividend income. That's $550 a month, basically enough to cover your car payment or your daily coffee habit, plus lunch and a guilt-free dessert. And remember, that's just 5 years in. By year 20, things have gotten even spicier. RDIV hits its stride, and now your once humble $100,000 is worth $474,000. And the dividends? Oh baby, you're now earning $30,000 a year, $2,500 a month, just for existing. Now let's skip ahead to the real magic. Year 30. Your portfolio has crossed $1 million line, sitting pretty at $1.2 million. And your yearly dividend income? A staggering $104,000. That's over $8,600 a month. You could cover your mortgage, travel, spoil your dog, and still have enough left to order appetizers without checking the price. RDIV isn't just giving you passive income, it's giving you lifestyle options. Now, if you thought RDIV was impressive, just wait until you meet the heavyweight champ of dividend ETFs. Coming up next is the most balanced, reliable, and downright lovable ETF out there. The one, the only SCHD. SCHD isn't just an ETF, it's a full-blown retirement plan in a $3 suit. This fund was built for people who want reliable dividend income without babysitting their portfolio like a newborn. SCHD follows the Dow Jones US Dividend 100 Index, which basically means it handpicks 100 high-quality US companies with strong fundamentals, solid dividend histories, and zero time for drama. Think of it like a VIP club, where only the most consistent, profitable dividend-paying stocks get past the velvet rope. Now, here's where the magic happens. SCHD isn't out here chasing hype stocks or betting on risky growth plays. Nope, it sticks with companies that have been quietly killing it for years. The steady earners that make money, share the wealth, and keep investors happy no matter what the market's doing. Think Coca-Cola, Verizon, Pepsi, Altria, and Home Depot. These are household names that don't just survive, they thrive, and they pay you while doing it. And for all this hard work, you're paying just a 0.06% expense ratio. That's barely more than a rounding error. It's like getting access to a team of market legends and only having to tip the bartender. Another important thing here is that SCHD hits that perfect balance between income now and growth later. With a 3.91% dividend yield, it's already handing you steady cash flow. But the real standout is its 13.41% dividend growth rate. Those payouts aren't just reliable, they're getting noticeably bigger year after year. And with a historical 6.56% annual return on share price, your investment isn't just sitting there collecting dust, it's quietly gaining ground. SCHD doesn't need to be loud or flashy to impress. Overall, SCHD proves that boring can be beautiful, especially when boring means dependable income and consistent long-term growth. And trust me, this one's going to make some serious waves in our 30-year projection. Say you and Alpha start with a one-time $100,000 investment. Fast forward to 5 years, that portfolio has already grown to $165,000, and it's handing you $6,300 a year in dividend income. That's $520 a month, enough to cover your phone bill or gym membership. But 5 years is just a warm-up. Hit the 20-year mark, and SCHD really starts flexing. Your portfolio? Now it's sitting pretty at $829,000. That's almost $1 million bucks, and you didn't even add more money to it. Meanwhile, those dividends are pulling in $39,000 a year, or about $3,200 a month. And then comes year 30, the moment SCHD graduates from solid performer to absolute legend. Your initial $100,000 has turned into a $2.65 million machine. And the dividends? Try $144,000 a year. That's $12,000 a month. You could replace a full-time salary with that and still have enough to fund your hobbies, invest more, or start a side hustle just for fun. It's income that works for you while you do whatever you want. That's it. Your $100,000 with SDOG, RDIV, and SCHD can snowball into a massive income that takes care of you long after you've stopped checking the charts. Ready to kickstart your investment journey? We want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let us know which ETFs you're holding in your portfolio. Got a favorite? Let's talk about it. We'll dive into your suggestions. In the meantime, check out these other great investment ideas. We've got something for everyone.